Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday evening. It is 9 o'clock. Time to gather in the music room live stream. But first, as always, a little music. Enjoy. We are all the heirs to Scotland, as a nation proudly stand. We will march beneath her banners to protect our ancient land. In the glens and cities, there on every street, are the living heroes no army will defeat. Let a flag mean freedom and not a battle drum. To the world we bid a welcome in 1,000 different ways. We will toast to long lost friendships as we build our better days. In the glens and cities, there on every street, are the living heroes no army will defeat. Let our flag mean freedom and not a battle drum. We are all the heroes of Scotland. We're a nation hand in hand. We will march beneath her banners to protect our ancient land. In the glens and cities, there on every street, are the living heroes no army will defeat. Let our flag mean freedom and not a battle drum. Good evening, folks. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all cozy, safe, comfy. Good evening, Steve. Said some. Good evening, my friend. I hope you're doing a bit better, Rill. Soon the weekend again, my friends. Good evening, Toffee. So, I'll bring you up to date with what has been happening at my end. I wasn't feeling so good last week, up and down, bit of that, which meant that I wasn't in the proper frame of mind to make decisions or arrangements about anything. But as I reported on Tuesday, certain things have happened at the local level here that pushed me into making certain decisions and pushing myself forward a bit. And what's happened is the leading councillor on the Inverclyde Town Council has been charged with domestic assault. I have since learned that he is estranged from his wife, so it's not that he's battered the crap out of his lady. It's not that at all. But I have heard that he has an autistic son, an adult autistic son, that who does live with him. And that being the case, the rumours, as you can imagine, are rife that it's this autistic son that he has assaulted. Hey, Toffee, I'm not sure who you're talking about there. Anyway, back to my update. This should spring a by-election, and if that's the case, then I will be putting my name forward. Good evening, Trevelyan. Right, so that's that. But the other thing is that I've not been in the right frame of mind for is organising the party's laying of a memorial wreath for Remembrance Sunday. So I made a couple of phone calls today to the local paper, and because they know me and the various stories I've given them over the years, as some of you know, they are coming out on Monday to do an interview at the house here. I've already arranged for the florist to make the wreaths. Well, that's fine, Trevor. I mean, relax, listen. That's how you feel. And tomorrow I'll be going to the florist to pick up the wreaths, and I'll be taking it to the cemetery where it'll be photographed. And then Monday, the reporters will come to the house and they will do a covering story, at which time I will introduce them to the party's booklet. So I was quite pleased that that's all been arranged uh, so quickly and so efficiently. And obviously, you'll all see the resulting publicity when it appears in the local press. This, of course, is all in anticipation of a by-election. We'll have to wait and see about that, how that works out. Because what I'm not sure about is, although he has been formally charged, this councillor, um, if he was an honourable man, which I am sure he is not, he should resign his position. His party may force him into resignation. He's a Labour candidate guy. So he should resign. But what the timescale will be for a by-election, whether he resigns or waits for the court case, I don't know. Let me see what Toffee's saying. I was gobsmacked getting called an idiot by some nonce who lives in a one-bedroom apartment on a third world country who begs for oh, donations on the internet. I assume then, Toffee, the only one I can put a name to, correct me, I know you will correct me if I'm wrong, but the only person I can think of who he must be talking about is Dangerfield. It's the only person I can think of. Could be wrong, of course. Oh, right. Yes. Well, I don't see how someone who has started up two different businesses and is running two different businesses at the one time can be called an idiot. That I don't get. So there's one last piece of information about these this laying of a reeve. And an Xbox. I should tell you, I've ordered 2 wreaths. So I hope party members especially approve of what I've done. So on one, it'll read TPP, the People's Party. And on the other wreath, it will read Gaza. And that way, it will mark the Pensioners' Party officially recognising the massive death count in Gaza. No, not the footballer. We had that joke with the florist. So, I thought that would be suitable. I don't know if anyone else in the town has done it, but we've done it. And good evening, Woodlander. So that's you up to date on that. And as I say, you'll see it after it's appeared in the Telegraph, the local paper. Sad to say, I'll be the only person there to be photographed, though. It's such a late arrangement. I don't have any time to organise anyone else to turn up, so I'll have to be on my own when I get photographed. Not ideal, of course, but better than nothing. I will also tonight have to decide on the next movie for the movie review. Toffee said he's a sex case. He literally got his prostitute girlfriend to say, "We love you long time," to the chat on his last stream. Absolute wronging. What can you say? That's someone I stopped watching a long time ago, many years ago. Many years ago. But I have something else that I have been meaning to talk to you all about. Oh, there's Richard Russford. Good evening. I came across somebody. He was living in Soho before he went abroad. After a while, I stopped watching him. There was really nothing I could relate to because he did a lot of talking about heavy use of drugs, which I've got no personal experience in, nor have I got any personal interest in. So I just stopped watching him. It's not a way I would like to live, to be honest with you. You're crossing cultural lines, many or most, that you don't understand or even appreciate. So I'll leave them to it. But here's something, as I say, that I have been meaning to talk to you about for a long time. Why did all the various factions of Christianity stop ringing their church bells on a Sunday? Why did that stop? Who ordered it? When I was growing up, Sunday was alive with church bells all over the place. Okay, up, Linda. It's not as though all the churches closed. A few did close, so obviously there were no bells to be rung. But what about all the others? And I'm asking you, is that the same where you live? For example, Toffee, he lives in a city, big city. Woodlander saying no bell ringers. A lot of them were mechanical. Woodlander. They didn't need human beings. Not all of them, of course, but quite a few. They don't even ring them on special occasions. As Dak saying, because we have foreigners here who hate our way of life, John. Woodlander is saying no bell ringers. To some extent, that will be true, of course. Some of the churches will have needed bell ringers. But something I've noticed for many, many years. Best city, says Toffee. Bass, good evening. Got infiltrated by communists, John. And we can't upset the newcomers, says hashtag. But it strips something away, is my argument. Like closing down Big Ben. These are small steps, but with each step that they take, they strip something away from the culture and the history. Especially if we think of all those little English villages with little churches with bells. Well, this is true. I bring it up simply because I think it's important. And it might be possible that some of you may not have noticed, depending on where you live. we can't upset the feelings of upper class white liberal women. Of course not. Most people are good in low. It's low numbers. Yeah. Dangerfield has a crowd of very decent people in the chat. And if you are enjoying the stream, it's easy enough to bring a few quid. Well, as I say, it's a long, long time since I ever watched them. And if people go there who are trying to overcome addictions and are drawn to his streams because he was once involved in that world, then it's probably a good thing. A few people have come here after being regulars on Dangerfield's chat, which is good. So I guess some of you have seen all the wailing and crying, gnashing of teeth from those disappointed that Mr. Trump got in. I've watched too many of it, but it is funny. He's very good at community building, says Woodlander. Such a shame he was scared away from doing the right thing. You're obviously talking about things I don't know about. I think you should be very careful if you go abroad like that and start living with a local girl, because I say you're crossing cultural lines that you don't know about, and you don't know what trouble you'll set yourself up for, or the girl, or both of you. So we'll see. Woodlander, I'll be interested in seeing how Trump utilises Elon Musk to clean up the civil service in the States. Well, that will be interesting, Woodlander. It'll be very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how he uses the other fella, the Kennedy. I wonder if that will mean that there's a possibility of the Kennedy papers being made public. Time will tell. And if they are, will all the papers be there? Well, I've got a new track of music here for you to listen to. This is one of Durst's tracks. It's a new one. See what you make of this. I hope you enjoy it. Well, I'm glad that went down rather well. That's just a new track he's released. I'm glad you like it, folks. Yeah, that JFK guy. I think he's interested in taking on Big Pharma, and that would be something, would it not, folks? Because they need cutting down to size. That was Pink Floyd sounding. Oh, there's Gaz Bob. Evening, Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy. Good evening. Truth. Music for truth. Well, so we'll have another one. The once and future king. Enjoy, folks.
In a cave at the side of a crooked hill, a bearded future king sat still to watch a spider climb. 7 times he tried. And as he watched the spider climb, only to slip down again, he felt a kindred soul and shared its lofty goal. And as he watched that spider climb, only to slip down again, he wished the spider well, 2 hermits in a cell. Then up the silken thread went he, slow and sure and carefully, until he reached his home, and balance was restored. The once a future king took heed, employed the lessons he would need to win his rightful throne when balance is restored.
That was The Once and Future King by Durst. He's rather good, Toffee, as you know. I like his material. And here is a third one. Again, I like this as well. This is called The Sentinel. Enjoy.
Did you choose your leaders well? Have you settled all your differences? Will you protect the sacred ground and swear allegiance to its principles? Torches burning in the night as we gathered round the sentinel. Stand secure as well we might, defended by the sentinel. Let us celebrate the dawn and pay tribute to the best of us, symbolized in words and song. Painted people standing strong, gathered round the sentinel, traveled far and traveled long, from every corner of the island. Torches burning in the night as we gathered round the sentinel. Stand secure as well we might, defended by the sentinel. Shall I describe the morning sun? Now the service has begun. Shall I describe the morning sun? Silence fell upon the festival. Painted people standing strong, gathered round the sentinel, traveled far and traveled long, from every corner of the island.
Who is he, Woodlander? He's a guy that subbed a while back to the channel and very generously sent me a 4-track recording machine. He's also a member of the party and a supporter, a nationalist. And that's as much as I know. Lives in England, I can tell you that. I think but as Toffee says, you have to separate the artist from the art. What I say. And he makes a very different kind of music from the kind of music that I produced. That's very true. A lot of good music out there. I love Prince, says Toffee. He was a tranny looking black dude. It's true, he was. Really good guitarist, of course. So just as a counterpoint to that, I'll play one of my songs. Okay, you've heard this before, but I hope you like it. Enjoy. There you go, Streaky.
There once was a good time when we built all the great ships here. But that once time is a lost time now. That is a yesteryear. sugar cane from Jamaica, put a sweet tooth in every mouth, and the cotton that once was spun here fine was gathered by white men of the South. Factory girls, topped with scarves, made the sugar, spun the bread, and the top men who made the great ships great were proud to call themselves red. There once was a good time when we built all the great ships here, but that once time is our lost time now. That is our yesteryear. Raw tobacco from Virginia wandered next to ruby wine, moved by dirty pumping steam trains to factories on the line. Good old roads from Port Glasgow, Cooper barrels for the whiskey trade. All the world knew that the legend played. The best ships were always quite made. There once was a good time when we built all the great ships here, but that once time is our lost time now. That is our yesteryear. But that once time is our lost time now. That is our yesteryear. But that once time is our lost time now. That is our yesteryear. But that once time is our lost time now. That is our yesteryear.
Just a little bit different from Dust. The footage, of course, is taken from a documentary made in 1947 to promote the destruction of the old town and the raising of the new town. Most of that which never happened. The destruction certainly happened, but the raising of the new town, most of it never happened. And the money, of course, to make the documentary was taken by local taxes from the council. I've got the complete documentary elsewhere. When I first came across this documentary, It it was falling apart. It was 16mm film, and it was falling apart. And in my eyes, in my mind, and in my heart, I thought it was necessary to save it. So I went about the business of saving this 16mm film. I converted it to digital, and the arrangement that was made for me to do this was that I would be free of any restrictions of copyright, and that I could use the film, or the footage, shall I say, in any which way I chose. So the film now exists on digital, and I hope that the people who are responsible for archive material in the town have safely stored the original 16mm film. It would be a terrible shame if it should suffer the ravages of time and disappear on us. Perhaps someday I'll show you the whole documentary. It's not particularly interesting, I don't think. It shows part of the town that they wanted to destroy, and illustrations of what they wanted to put in its place. As I say, most of it never happened. But there you go. That's where the song came from. Working on that film. As my old friend Jerry said, typical Jerry, of course. Uh, that's an instant folk song, John. That's an instant classic. But never mind. I don't know if you can suffer one more. Can you suffer one more, I wonder? Yeah, well, I'll test your patience with one more. Right. Is that? So this is a song about me. I will buy you a coffee, not to play anymore. Okay, I'll not play anymore. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm going to play it. Enjoy it.
Or I used to be a younger man, a dreamer I recall, and the road ahead was long and straight, and I thought I'd do it all. Now I live with all the memories, the yesteryears and scars. There was too much time I wasted in chasing after stars. For I used to be a younger man once upon a time, and I thought I was a poet then, not a songster with a rhyme. And today there's only this man left, the poet's long since gone, for the message wasn't strong enough, and neither was my song. And despite my strong opinions and all the books I've read, no, they never fed a hungry mouth or brought life back to the dead. And no amount of wishing, no matter how sincere, did it ever stop a falling bomb from delivering death and fear? And for all the roads I ever tried, the wonders I have seen, no, they don't amount to very much against what might have been. I have known a lot of loving true, I've had my share of pain. I have witnessed too much cruelty and wars made in my name. Or I used to be a younger man, a minstrel with a song. Now I'm just another older man who too often got it wrong. For today I am the older man, I songster with a rhyme, and I tell the younger part of me that we're running out of time. 'For today I am this older man with so much still undone, and I tell the younger part of me to be thankful for your son. For today I face this older man who's running out of time, and I tell the younger part of me that the failures were all mine. And I tell the younger part of me every step I took was right.
GPO. Confessions of a Glaswegian postman, 1973. Good evening, Parker. I'm glad you liked it, Streaky. Don't forget the coffee mouth. Diana Dawes, yeah. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing well. Thank you very much, Streaky. You are too kind. Well, that'll help pay for the wreaths tomorrow. Pakistan, yes, I should. It's a big place, that Pakistan. It must be. They keep sending them all over here. Well, that's good to hear. Pleased to hear that. That boy of yours must be growing. He was a tall lad the last time I saw him. Never mind. Well, I don't mind you coming on for a short time, Streaky, so long as you don't go nuts on me. If you really have been smoking the special stuff. You need to kind of clamp it down a bit. Oh, I really, really don't like wearing these things. That's why I thought I'd try the ordinary headphones when I had Scott's Armour on. I'm not talking about the swearing. It's not the swearing. As long as you don't use that one particular word. uh, we just have to still be careful about what we say. That's all. Despite what's happened. There you go. There you go, brother. Well, if he allows those around him to do what they want, we'll see big changes. But you'll have to be very careful, Mr. Trump, that they don't have another pop at him. I don't know if he'll survive another attempt. He's been quite fortunate so far. The vice is not. Hello.
Hiya, John.
How you doing?
You can hear me okay?
Yes, that's
Hi,
loud
John.
enough. That's loud enough, my friend. So, what are you up to?
Uh, yeah. No, what it is, mate? Yeah, I'm sound. Everything's good. Hey, John, you're looking mint. I must say, you are looking really good form tonight, mate. You're looking better than I've seen you for a couple of months, you know.
Well, thank you.
So, yeah, a little bit wheezy on the chest, I gotta say, but you are
Yeah.
actually looking physically more upright and a bit more strident.
Well, I think it's because the local news has cheered me up. Something awful. This councillor that I've been talking about, McCabe, it won't mean anything to anyone outside of Inverclyde, but he has a terrible reputation here for being a bully, not just with women, but men as well, believe it or not. And not just
Okay.
inside politics, but outside of politics.
I never heard the first part. I was a bit late. I
All
think I was
right.
about 15 minutes late in the start of your stream, so
Well,
I don't know much about it.
I'll bring you up to date there. It's very brief.
Go on.
He has been charged and arrested for domestic violence, but not against his wife, because his wife apparently doesn't live with him, estranged. But an autistic son lives with him.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, that's what it looks like. It looks, although there's nothing definite being said, it sort of looks like he has given this son a bit of a doing.
ah,
Now, that's just as bad, if not worse, than a man hitting a woman.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's
whatever way, Streaky, it should trigger a by-election.
Uh, I can't speak too much upon the subject because I don't really know enough. Like, so
Well, I,
yeah, basically, all I know, I just wanted to just this. Sorry, John, to deviate from the subject. It's just I can't really add much to the subject apart
sure.
from saying like other people who are in charge of us, who moralize over us, are usually the biggest bastards. Like, you know. But
No, that's for sure.
um, yeah, Uh, I'm a bit of a Trump fanboy at the moment, and I know
I think we
people
all should
say,
be.
"Yeah, nice one, John." It's nice just to we've had so much misery and black pilled with being nationalist minded.
Yeah,
You just got to take, you know, when you get a bit of something coming your way. I know people are saying it's all theatre and etc. etc. Which is easy enough to say. It's such an easy, is it a euphemism? I don't know, but it's such an easy thing to slip into saying something like that. It's
yeah.
not all. It isn't all theatre, you know.
No,
Nobody would have predicted a landslide for Trump. This wasn't theatre. This actually happened, and why I'm quite like white pill, I think it's called, in it. Yeah, about the future is because he got such good backing behind him, uh, with like Tucker Carlson and the woman he picked today, who's led his campaign. She's
yeah. Tulsi
she
Gabbard.
seems, yeah, a really level-headed woman. He's got Rogan behind him, and Musk and Steve Bannon, who's just come out of prison after being like a political prisoner, and he's got so much going for him. He's got control of the Senate and the House of Representatives. He can really build on this. America
Absolutely.
could honestly, John, it could. And already, you know, some journalists they started yapping him off, and Trump had just told him straight away he's not putting up with their shit, like, you know. But I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but
Obviously. Quite right.
he's just said I'm not putting up with this shit, like, and I think he's learned from last time, and he knows this is going to be his last shout as president, and he never made the first time, and all can you know what the guys had to go through. Even in his last term, it was constant lawfare. And since he
Oh,
came out, you know, John, and then lawfare,
dreadful.
assassination attempts, he's just been dragged through the mud constantly. And now he's got good counsel behind him. I really think this could be a good change, and especially because us in the UK, we're always a few years behind. Like, well, even like that Chris Cabba thing. That they're all still looking for the George Floyd. We're still a few years behind.
Yeah.
So, and the continent, Europe, is turning more right wing.
Yep.
They're getting sick of it. So, what do you think, John? What hopes do you have about a Trump
Well,
presidency, and how much do you think it's all theatre? What do you think, John?
well, if he lets these people around him do what they want to do, then we'll see real changes. Because that Kennedy fella, he wants the Kennedy papers released to the public.
Yes, yes,
Obviously, his family. He also wants to take on Big Pharma. Now, that would be one hell of a battle. But what a change that would bring. Trump has already said that he wants to bring the war in Europe to an end,
yeah,
which
yeah.
I think is an easier job than bringing the war in the Middle East to an end. That'll be a bit more tricky. But if he were to do even half of all of that, it will mean massive changes, and it puts the globalists firmly on the run and in decline.
Yes. Yes.
And that's
I
got to
think
be a good thing.
he's got a good team behind him, John.
Yes.
I think for sure RFK, yeah, he's the man to go after Big Pharma.
Yeah.
He has wanted this for years and years. He's been speaking out, decades. He's been speaking out. So and the Democrats let him down by going obviously to extreme and mentalness as they do. So yeah, he's got a point to prove. And
Yes.
the thing is, with Trump releasing the Kennedy papers, he had a chance to, and the first time round he could have released them, but he said that he didn't. I forget what he said now. Why he didn't want to release them. But anyway, it's now he campaigned again and he said, yeah, he's going to release them if he got in. So this will be interesting. I'm trying to think whether the reason why he never said the first time round. I can't remember the
No,
exact
no
words,
can I.
but
But the
yeah.
thing is,
So
he's got nothing to lose because he can't run again. This is his
John,
one and
no,
only.
that's right, mate. Yeah,
So what has he got to lose by playing for it all?
and do you know what Trump? Because it's going to be his last term.
Yeah.
Um, he's gonna he's gonna go down, and he wants to change everything. I really think he wants to be known like a. He's going to be a legend anyway. I mean, because suffering assassinations and then turning the vote over in such a massive way, the
Oh
guy will
God.
go down in history. But he could like represent now 3 or 4 generations of especially with his VP JD Vance. And JD
Yeah.
Vance was speaking about not going up, going for Israel. Even before the election, a couple of weeks, he was saying he didn't want to fight Israel's battles. JD Vance basically was saying he didn't want to
Well,
fight
that's
it.
good.
And JD Vance, he's a smart, clever. They've got a good future going ahead. Trump, they've got a good team. This good. I hope. I hope they don't. The globalists don't buy them out
Well,
and they can
he's
actually push things forward
yeah.
and lead the world because America's dying. It's basically it's a patient with a cancer. It's having stage 4 cancer, and it's having chemotherapy. That's what Trump is there. But there's a slight chance he could actually turn a revolution in America and shift millions of people, get them out of the country, and something beautiful could happen. And we're a bitch to America, and so is the rest of the West. But we could follow, and yeah. So I'm enjoying it just for a while to be nationalist minded. I'm in a good frame of
Absolutely.
mind.
Absolutely.
So
I
that's all
think
I
we're
want
all
to
I think we're all the
for,
same at the
you
moment.
know, yeah, people in the chat, take note. People in the chat, it's turning a lot more right wing. The continent is really turning a lot more right wing. This is definitely positive. And
Yeah.
what I've heard from Trump so far, up against the press, yeah, absolutely sweet. He's not being messed around. Some guy in the press was mouthing him off, and he said, "I'm not having this no more," kind of thing. I'm paraphrasing. He said, "Shut up. We don't listen to this no more." Oh, it was brilliant, John. He's
Well, there it
really going for
was.
it, and
Yeah.
he's talking. And I tell you what else was good today, which I thought was really smart, was Reform UK. Reform Nigel Farage. They were
Ah,
having a political conference in Newport. This was only a couple of days after Farage got back from America, and he's held a packed out crowd in Newport, and it was just like a reform concert 2 days after, and he was talking about immigration into Wales, and the crowd were clapping and everything, and obviously he's taking a bit of what's happened with Donald Trump on the back of him, and Reform already, like 26% in Wales, got a vote in. A quarter of the people want reform. So there's going to be a massive change. Labour will be out in 4 years' time, out the Wales. Reform will get in. And I know Nigel Farage can be compromised, and I do understand, obviously, who are the small hats who are running and behind everything. But they are split up in different factions with Netanyahu in Israel. And the thing is, people don't realize it's the Jays. They're all in factions themselves, not one big
Yeah,
conglomerate.
of
All
course they
agree.
are.
They do tend to agree a lot, but they're all split up in the factions. And we do have a lot of say in the world, like, you know.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I just,
But
anyway,
aye,
yeah, I'm just dropping white pills everywhere, John. Like, in it, so I'm just enjoying it. It's been
quite
great.
right.
And watching Trump, and for once, we look like we're winning. And watching all them fucking lefties crying their eyes out is just sweetness itself, John, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But we are winning. We cannot lose. We have God on our side. How can
Yeah,
we lose?
do you know what, John? I'm not, you talk with God on your side, and there was something, right, just before Trump's acceptance speech. It was on Steve Turley's channel. It showed a lot of people just before he accepted the presidency, and it was mixed race and black and white and everything. And look, I you trust me, I'm not naive in these matters, but for once, and everybody, and they were singing a hymn, and it was about it was, and I honestly, mate, I swear, I had a bit tear in my eye. They were all singing just before his acceptance speech, and there was hundreds of them in the hall, and they were singing a hymn, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I thought, and do you remember and I thought, in comparison to our politics, yeah,
Oh yeah,
who remembers when fucking Starmer became prime minister, and what happened? Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing changed.
Oh,
Our
he's
normal shit show, both all parties controlled, dour and fucking misery that we have, John.
yeah. Well, he's in a bit of a pickle now, isn't he? Because he's going to have to deal with Trump.
Ah, I, I was listening to Talk TV radio, and Mike Graham, and I know he's a pig of a host and a pig of a man, but he said something quite funny. He said now our foreign secretary is a slave to Donald Trump. And I don't think he realized what he said.
I'm sure he
but
did.
but then he said, "Yep, it's true," because all what he said beforehand, calling Donald Trump a KKK sympathizer and a
Oh,
neo-Nazi, and now he's had to take it all back, and he's got to listen what Donald says goes, and he's
yep.
already been there creeping. Him and Starmer. Did you see Starmer, that absolute stinking creep turd of an individual? And he was saying, "Oh, I
Absolutely.
went to Donald Trump's, and we had a great and productive meal." All this shit, like, Donald
Sure.
Trump is rubbing his hands, and Nigel Farage as well in the background. Nigel Farage will pretend to be a friend to the Labour. I can smooth things over with Britain and all that. In the background, Farage will be saying, "Yeah, get rid of these Labour fucks. Let's get reforming now in the next election." It's all beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it makes for a lovely weekend.
John, listen, I'm going to chip off. I just had to get my five, I had to get my 5 minutes of just saying how happy I am, and to have,
Yeah, of
like,
course.
just a
Yeah,
bit of hope, John. How much
it is.
misery do we always face, mate? You know what I mean?
Oh gee, we've been having it for years, years and years.
Yeah. So, like, anyway, that's a crack. I'll chip out the stream, lad. All right, mate. I'll catch you later.
Okay,
All
my
right,
friend.
John.
Okay, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Streaky.
Yeah, I will do, mate. It's just going to be the usual betting on football, and, like, cooking loads of good food, and that's it. And I'll probably have a drink and a spliff as well. I'll see you later, all right, mate?
Right, speak later. What a man. Oh, tell you. It's actually good to hear people have their spirits lifted. Let's hope that it. God, what have I done now? Let's hope that it doesn't spoil. Let's hope that good does come from it. As I said, and I'm being honest, so far as I can tell, if he allows these other men like Tucker Carlson and what's their face, the lady, if he allows them to do what they want to do without any real interference, we'll actually see change. Change will actually come. He's going to have to be awfully, awfully careful, I think, because the guns literally will be out for him. And what it looks like to me is that this vice president fella, this JD, is being dusted down for a future presidency. Now, I don't know how this has happened. I don't normally join these streams, but could someone unlock Sheila.do? One of the moderators blocked her from the live stream by accident. If you can check. But she really likes this live. Does anyone have anything they can add to this inquiry from this person? Wonder who that was. Did that accidentally? Obviously it wasn't me. So could the moderators check? Yeah, I know that's tricky. I don't know how this has happened. I've no idea how this has happened. She's a regular here, so I don't know how she's been blocked. Oh, Treble M did it, says Hashtag. Treble M did it. She did apologise. So she'll need to be unblocked so she can get back in again. Or go out and come back in again, perhaps. I don't know, folks. It's not something that I'm inclined to do, is block anyone. No, it's here, John. Yeah, I know this, folks. I mean, I know she's fine. She's been here for a couple of months now. A good few months. I don't know how she's got blocked, and I don't know how to get her back. Yeah, I remember that as well, Anglo. Don Browning got vetoed, and we never got to the bottom of that one. And we all tried to get her back, but there was no answer to why Don Brownie got banned. Now we've got a new mystery. That's the only thing I can think on is go out of the stream and then come back in again. Mysteries, tell you. Mysteries. No idea, Phil. No idea how this has happened or how to fix it. Well, I don't know, folks. So I'm speaking to this Phil now. I have no idea how this has happened. And I have no idea how to correct it. No idea. Well, you're right, she was here earlier, of course. I remember seeing her. I'm sorry, I'm kind of useless when it comes to this. It's just no idea, Phil. No idea at all. As I said, we never got to the bottom of how that happened to Dawn either. I don't like it. Don't have a blacklist. I wouldn't even know where it is. You could go to your blacklist, says Phil. Tap next to the person you want to unblock. Sure. Where would I find this blacklist? No idea. I've no idea. I have no idea, Hasdak, if Treble M can do that or not. And well, I just checked the settings and it's not there. I'll check them again. Settings. Guest layouts. Hotkeys, recording, background, audio, camera, and general. And there's nothing under the general settings. It's just about layout. I have no idea. I don't know where Treble M is. She was not 100% when she came on. The blacklist is not in settings. See, I've just checked it twice. So I'm sorry, I have no idea. Well, it's getting near time to finish up anyway, but that's not the point. We'll see if she gets in on Tuesday. At this time of the night, says Streaky, Treble M is to be found dancing naked with owls outside her flat. Sorry, I can't help. All we could do is hope that she gets in on Tuesday night. Being a fresh stream. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to call it right anyway. Get the music. And it was a bad stream. Considering So anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend, folks. And I'll hopefully be back on Tuesday. And I'll be able to tell you how the publicity went. So, as I like to say, adios, au revoir, cheerio, and until Tuesday, goodbye for now. Enjoy the music. Take care, and thank you all for being here.
Silently the snow falls, paints a winter scene, swiftly spreads the dark rim, hides the fading autumn green. Moonbeams brush the dark wood, conjure friendships dear to me. Lightly now the breeze flows, disturbing more than just the leaves. But life's much more than we can know. We are one small glow in the eternal flow. Patiently the love grows, lifts the weary heart. Gently now she holds me, melts two worlds once apart. Moonbeams brush the dark wood, usher dreams of you and me. Softly then the breeze blows, disturbing more than just the trees.
All together now,
But love's much more,
so much more
than we can know.
than we can ever possibly know.
We are one small glow
But an important glow.
in the eternal flow. Melodies of long ago, songs of innocence, harmonies to soothe the soul, past of consequence. Moonbeams brush the dark wood, awakening joys of you and me. Silently the snow falls, bringing winter symphony.
All together now,
But we're much more
so much more
than we can know.
than we can ever possibly.
We are one small glow
But an important glow.
in the eternal flow. But life's much more than we can know. We are one small glow in the eternal flow.
So once again, folks, thank you very much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you do. And I'll speak to you soon. Thank you, Streaky. Thank you for the donation. So take care, folks.